Hi, I'm Larry Plank, President of the Tampa Bay STEM Network and Executive Director for Science and STEM for Hillsborough County Public Schools. This summer we partnered with the Department of Defense to put on 3 incredible summer learning camps for our young scientists. On this episode of Steam Ahead, we go to Mission Tampa Bay, an all-girls camp where our students explored MOSI and the Florida Aquarium. Our campers had the chance to build and operate an underwater remotely operated vehicle, or ROV, learn about conservation in aquariums, and also a workshop on how drones fly. Let's hear from Debbie Stone, Senior Vice President of Engagement at the Florida Aquarium, about everything the girls did at Mission Tampa Bay.
Thanks, Larry. I'm Debbie Stone from the Florida Aquarium, and we are here during one of my favorite weeks of the summer, the Mission Tampa Bay Camp. What's really exciting about this program is that it's all about you need to see it to be it. So what we're doing is we're introducing girls in STEM to various careers and things that they could do that maybe they've never envisioned doing before. Everything from technology to hands-on science, life science, all kinds of cool stuff. A lot of times we talk about concepts and we get to talk about the different things that they need to know in order to be successful in high school and beyond. But one of the most exciting things is when kids get to do real hands-on science. So they're going to be launching an ROV, which is a remotely operated vehicle. And this is something that scientists all across the world do when they're exploring the ocean. So it seems like it's very complicated because there's camera components, and there's technology, and there's the video screen and so forth. But the instructors for the Tampa Bay camp, like Miss Oliver, they're really doing a great job covering all the basics so that the kids can actually go out and operate these ROVs themselves. So the main part of today is to really show what an ROV is, how it operates, and then the kids are actually going to get to practice operating an ROV in one of our habitats here.
And I am so excited to be part of Mission Tampa Bay 2022. Yay! This is so exciting. What an amazing experience this is. We have developed an entire program for these students to experience things that they likely have never experienced before. Up till now, it's very likely that it's just something that they've heard about. And this amazing experience that we have with these students, with these awesome ladies, gives them the opportunity to actually use them hands-on. And they get to learn to see how they're used, what we do with them.
So this week is all about either new experiences or reinforcing experiences. And I think what's really, really, really important for our community is for audiences of all backgrounds and interests to have opportunities to learn about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Because you know what? We never know where our next superstar is coming from, so we got to try to get as many people involved as possible.
Hi, I'm Tamara Robertson. I'm a chemical and biomolecular engineer. I do startups and designs all over, but this week I'm a facilitator for the Department of Defense STEM's Mission Tampa Bay Camp here in Tampa Bay. So Mission Tampa Bay is a really exciting 5-day camp. We started out over at MOSI, the Museum of Science and Innovation, and we decided to get the girls hands-on immediately. They were reverse engineering aerial drones, so they got to learn how to solder electronics. They got to learn how to 3D print and design. They got to check out microscopes, learn how to sample and look at them, see what's in the water around the MOSI Museum, as well as actually take on piloting. They did some simulations, and they got to be real pilots for 2 days.
I'm the Director of Education here at MOSI, the Museum of Science and Industry, and we are so excited to have the Mission Tampa Bay girls back this year because they are getting to experience so much in our collaboration with the Florida Aquarium and Tampa Bay STEM Network. So these girls are so lucky to be able to go through and meet actual scientists, Dr. Tracy Finara and Tamara, and see what they do in the real world. Yesterday, they got to experience building drones, flying drones, finding ways to get files to print on a 3D printer. They're able to talk to an actual pilot of a submarine who was underwater, and they also are getting challenges from NOAA, which is real world experiences that they are going to have and be able to build on for the rest of their education careers. So it's really important at MOSI that we expose these girls to the STEAM careers because in life, more men are going into STEM careers than women. So we want to make sure that we give them the opportunity to see what they can do as engineers, as pilots of submarines, as drone pilots, because girls can do it just as much as the boys can, and if they can see it, they can be it. So here at MOSI, in our camps and in our family programs and in our homeschool programs and in our scouting programs, it's really important to us to give them those hands-on, minds-on experiences so that they're actually able to do things. It might inspire them, it might pique their curiosity to learn more and build on it as they're going through their schooling career. Whenever you come into MOSI, you're going to find hands-on innovative experiences. You're not just going to walk around and have to look at pictures on the wall. We want you to actually dig in, try things out, build things, put your hands on things, see why things work, see how you can change things to make them work better. We might take you through the engineering process in our Makerspace Idea Zone because there is no fail at MOSI. It's just your first attempt in learning. What might not work the first time might work the second time, might not work the second time, and you keep trying and innovating and trying different ways again. So it's really important when you come to MOSI that you are having those experiences and that you get immersed in it.
I'm John Smith, the Director and CEO, President and CEO of MOSI, the Museum of Science and Industry in Tampa. And the museum, as many people know, has been around for a long time. We're actually celebrating our 60th anniversary this year. And we are the place for STEAM learning in the greater Tampa Bay area. So that's science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. We cover all of it, both in the exhibit floor that we have our permanent and traveling exhibits. We also cover it in our STEAM summer camps, our scout programs. We have experiences for families of kind of all walks of life and people who are curious to learn about any aspect of that word STEAM, that acronym STEAM, from the youngest all the way up to people who are lifelong learners and have an interest in expanding their knowledge base. One great thing about MOSI is that no matter how old you are, you can come and learn something about maybe it's as basic as simple machines or circuitry, all the way up to how the human body works and astronomy. We've got science of all kinds here, natural science, physical science, and our summer camps especially are a great way to really reintroduce those student learners into science learning in a way that's maybe more engaging than you can get to do in a traditional classroom setting. And that's what is really great about MOSI. We're able to be a supplement to the formal education process and what happens in school classrooms. But we get to do it in a way that not necessarily every teacher can put on in a classroom with 30 people. We can blow things up. We can shoot rockets off. We can make slime and get you down and dirty in science, as opposed to when you only have 45 minutes with 30 some students in a classroom, you can't necessarily do all of that fun stuff. So at MOSI we can, and so teachers bring students to us for those learning experiences. Parents bring kids to us for those camps and those sleep-ins and all kinds of different activities. And it's just a way that we can do tactile, hands-on learning in the STEAM arena. And if there's something you're interested in, MOSI probably has the learning opportunities for you. For a lot of reasons, women who start as girls don't enter the sciences at the same rate that men do. As a father of two young girls myself, it's something that's really close to my heart, and it's a key component of what MOSI can bring to the community to engage young women, girls, in the sciences, do it in a welcoming, engaging, non-threatening way, especially when girls are surrounded by other girls. There seems to be this sort of, let your hair down and get down and dirty with science, and you don't worry so much about maybe what the boys are thinking or what the boys are doing, or it's not a competition or that kind of deal. So having a girls only experience in the sciences is something that we know in the industry works. So for MOSI to make the most impact in the community, having girls-centric programming is key.
The reason that Mission Tampa Bay is focused on girls is because it's part of a larger effort of the Tampa Bay STEM Network to ensure that we're having girls participate in STEM programs, because girls are traditionally underrepresented in STEM fields. So this is a part of an important pipeline. We need to start now. If we want the professions of the future to represent diversity of all kinds, we need to start working with those audiences now so that they're actually inspired to go into those kinds of careers. Because if they don't think about that career as possibly being for them, they're not even going to pursue it. So what we're trying to work on with the Tampa Bay STEM Network partners like MOSI and the school district and many collaborative partners in the community is ensuring that we're reaching all kinds of audiences. And this week in particular, the main focus is ensuring that we're reaching girls. One thing I want the girls to take away with them is that, yes, you can do it. Sometimes it's all about seeing it and practicing it. So they might look at a career, they might look at somebody that they idolize and say, well, that's for them and they're super smart. I could never do that. The reality is, yes, you can. So one thing I want the girls to take away with them is, why not you?
Mission Tampa Bay is put on each year by the Department of Defense STEM, and it is such an exciting event for all of the girls that come. They're not only getting to learn how to be hands-on with tools and design, but they're getting to learn and make their own fashions. They're getting to invent their own things. They're getting to learn everything about critical thinking and the world of STEM and where they belong in it. And more than anything, they're making lasting friendships. We have a sleepover every year. It either happens at MOSI or it happens at FLAC. We get to explore the museum, set up our own playlist, and then we get to walk the runway together and show off the fashions we're designing. One of the things that we try to do with Mission Tampa Bay with DoD STEM is to bring in real world applications from STEM. So the girls are going through co-op rotations. They're learning about what an internship looks like, what an on-job training looks like. They're learning about the different curricula that they could go into with STEM. But more than anything, they're learning about the importance of finding mentors and other experts. So this year, we actually brought in a component called peer mentorship, where campers from old camps have come back to help teach them. So they have stepwise mentors as far as us facilitators are concerned, but then they also have their peers to ask questions of like, when you had to make a drone, like what were you scared about? And I think all of this is going to combine in a way where when these girls leave this camp and they go out into the real world, they're not going to be scared because they're going to know these words. They're going to understand these different aspects of being in a STEM career. And more than anything, they're going to know how to find the resources to answer the questions they can't themselves. They're going to learn how to talk to experts. They're going to learn how to talk to and establish mentors. They're going to learn how to talk to just the people around them that they've never met before and find ways to connect to be able to make it so that they can innovate the next part of science. Now we've headed over to FLAC, or the Florida Aquarium, and we are going out on a catamaran where they're going to be learning about weather monitoring, water sampling, building buoys, and using them to find out what's going on in the water systems here in the Bay.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tracy Fanara. I'm an ocean scientist with the National Ocean Service of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Today we're taking Mission Tampa Bay campers on a boat to go and take some water and weather samples. The kids this week are looking at La Nina. Of course, one of the most complicated scientific phenomena. We are letting middle school girls investigate the local impacts on Tampa Bay. We had NOAA, my colleagues at NOAA, give them their mission on Monday, and all week they've been learning the techniques, the engineering skills, and the chemistry and biology to be able to go out in the water and take these samples to hypothesize the local effects of La Nina. Today, the campers are going to take water samples and do chemical analyses. They're looking at turbidity, salinity, chemical components like nitrogen and phosphorus, pH, and a number of other chemical analyses they're going to perform to understand what's going on in Tampa Bay. They're also going to look at the weather. They're going to use weather sensors to determine the pressure, wind speed, velocity at different locations on the boat. They're also going to be throwing in plankton nets to see what kind of biology they're seeing in our oceans. We have samples that they're going to use under microscopes to look for any microalgae or bacteria species that they can see.
We're going to look at turbidity, how clear the water is, as well as do some nutrient analysis, and some weather forecasting. So we're doing a lot on this 1 hour boat ride. Hopefully we can fit it all in.
On Friday, they get to actually present all of their findings because they've been sent on a mission by NOAA to find out what's going on in the bay from a weather and a plant and animal standpoint and how they can fix it.
I'm Cassidy, and I go to Farrell Girls Preparatory Academy. I'm in the 8th grade, and I'm here with Mission Tampa Bay, and me and my teammates are working on a project for Friday. We've learned, we have a few categories that are about the El Nino and La Nina, and how it affects like red tide. I think my favorite part was just being able to hang out with a marine biologist, because that was what I wanted to be when I was younger. So being able to hang out with a marine biologist was really cool for me. Yeah, I'm excited to see, I'm a huge animal fan, so I'm excited to see the animals, and I'm excited because my parents or my family's going to be on there with me, so I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to just see if I could be able to do one of the ROVs.
Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I'm in 7th grade, and I go to Walker Middle Magnet, and I'm at the Florida Aquarium with Mission Tampa Bay. We've learned a lot about like La Nina and like the weather patterns it has and how it affects Tampa Bay. We've learned about drones, ROVs, soldering, a lot of stuff like that.
Mission Tampa Bay is like 12 camps in one. It is everything that Dr. Venara and I and the team at DoD STEM have ever wanted to do in a camp. And so there's something for everyone in it. But for me, probably the best part is definitely getting to learn how to not only engineer, but reverse engineer things and innovate and invent things. So getting to be hands-on with tools with all of the campers and showcase to them that really with their own two hands, they can build anything that they imagine is definitely one of my favorite parts. If you want to find out more about everything that I'm doing to normalize women, both in STEM and shop floor environments, you can find me at The Real Tamara Robertson. I am that on all the platforms. I'm that on YouTube. I do a really fun series called Maker Science where I teach you the STEM behind artisanal craftsmanship and how to use the tools. And any of those platforms, DM me if you have questions and I will be sure to answer. Maybe not right away, but eventually I can get you all the things you need.
So this week is all about either new experiences or reinforcing experiences. And I think what's really, really, really important for our community is for audiences of all backgrounds and interests to have opportunities to learn about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Because you know what? We never know where our next superstar is coming from, so we got to try to get as many people involved as possible.